Ted Gunderson text. It's a text post about Ted Gunderson. Facts, historical facts about Ted Gunderson. Who was Ted Gunderson? Ted Gunderson was a government whistleblower. Ted Gunderson was the former head of Los Angeles FBI. And Ted Gunderson was whistleblowing about elite human trafficking of children way, way, way before that became normal. And I've been talking about him for years. So one of the benefits of being a conspiracy realist, not a conspiracy theorist that believe in fake conspiracies, but being a real conspiracy realist who's into real conspiracies, not fake ones, is you get proven right sooner like a vindicator. So Ted Gunderson is somebody I've been referencing because he was a whistleblower talking about gang stalkathon videos, and they exposed gang stalkathon videos. Former head of Los FBI. And for years I've been using him as a reference to get the word about gang stalking. So Ted Gunderson was Ted Gunderson, the former head of Los Angeles FBI. We'd be like almost like Cash Patel is now. I mean, he was the former head of Los Angeles FBI, and Cash Patel might be the FBI guy over every department. But Ted Gunderson was the former chief of the LA FBI department, became a whistleblower, became a target of gang stalking, and confirmed the existence of government gang stalking, which I am a target of. So Ted Gunderson confirmed that gang stalking is real, nationwide, and he gets into some details about what it is. And that's one conspiracy that was whistleblown about. And that's what I've been focusing on YouTube. That conspiracy whistleblown that it's very personal to me because I'm a target of gang stalking. And people don't know, we don't believe it, won't believe it. So Ted Gunderson whistleblower about gang stalkathon videos. This secret government program called gang stalkathon videos. And it's a deep state program because the deep state has influence in Sweden and America and other countries. And he confirmed this nationwide. So Ted Gunderson whistleblower about gang stalking. And I've also been talking about how he was whistleblowing about elite pedos, child trafficking in the 90s and 80s, okay? So a lot of you are late to the game. It was like, oh, we're waking up now, Podesta and Epstein, and oh, we figure out the elites are human trafficking and doing pedo stuff. Ted Gunderson in the 1990s and 1980s was whistleblowing as a government whistleblower, former head of the LA FBI, that there's elite pedos trafficking children for rituals. And that's like more recently. First of all, the Epstein files, well, it was kind of starting out with like, yeah, they had some women they flew that were overage or something like this. And now it's getting into torture and child sacrifice, like sacrifices and stuff. So Ted Gunderson was visible in the 90s and 80s already, before it became normal. Ted Gunderson was visible in the 90s and 80s about elites trafficking children. And he said, I remember he said in one of his videos, his talks, that the children sell on covert auctions for around $50,000 or something like this. And when he was whistleblowing, maybe some of the, maybe Epstein Island was already a thing back then. So maybe when he was whistleblowing about it, Epstein Island was going on. See, and because people go, oh, there's nothing to see, oh, this guy's nuts, he's a nut job, see. True speaking, most people in America go, oh, this guy's nuts, crazy, he's a paranoid schizo, he's a crazy person. Talk about elites and satanic sacrifices and secret covert auctions, selling children and stuff. This guy's a kook. Okay. But now he's been vindicated. Like 90% of what he said has been confirmed at this point. In the 90s and 80s, it might be a lot of people going maybe, maybe not, and then being able to deny it. But now what he was whistleblowing about has become confirmed with the Epstein files. So Ted Gunderson in the 1990s and 1980s was whistleblowing that there's elite pedos that traffic children for pedo stuff, and also the elites do human sacrifice and stuff, and then evil things, other evil things. And that's been confirmed now by the Epstein files. And hopefully it'll be the same with gang stalking, where people right now are going, oh yeah, gang stalking, it's crazy. A lot of people, not every person, but quite a lot of people are going gang stalking. It's not real, it's crazy, it's a kooks believe it's going on. Maybe at some point they'll be able to release the documents. God willing, we'll wait confirms. And hopefully they kept like logs of the pastors that have been taking orders for them for blackmail purposes. So if and when it gets released, you will confirm what I've been saying about ministries being one of gang stalking. I really hope they will keep logs on them. Meaning ministries that participate in gang stalking. It's not Christian ministries that participate in gang stalking told them. So I posted a text post about community page about Ted Gunderson. He was a whistleblower. He whistleblew about elite pedos, child trafficking, human trafficking in general, including children, including but not limited to children, and gang stalking of individuals, which I'm a target of. What is gang stalking of individuals? It's a secret program, a secret oppression persecution program that targets people with all kinds of targeting tactics, psychological and physical targeting tactics. And these pathetic haters come to the chat, get blocked. A lot of people that come to my chat attacking me are cyber stalkers. Meaning a lot of the trolling and hated comments and people coming in attacking the chat are cyber stalkers. Paid gang stalking trolls. So cyber stalking is part of gang stalking. So a lot of the hate and trolling they get on my channel are cyber stalkers. Meaning people that work for the gang stalking program online. So Ted Gunderson, former the Los Angeles FBI, confirmed gang stalking is real. Was whistleblowing about elite trafficking people, and one of the things he talked about was that they will do sacrifices and like rituals, satanic rituals, satanic sacrifices in this. So everything I've been saying, and I've been saying that too. I've been a like small scale whistleblower about that. Like since I got on YouTube, talk about the elites do like hostage movie stuff. On my other YouTube channel, 2.0, that I don't, it's closed down now, my support. I've been talking about this for years in my streams. Whistleblower about that. That the elites are doing like hunting humans. This is how evil they are. They do sacrifices, and I believe they do things like the hostage movies. So this is really evil. Now, some of these issues I have been getting into too much because it's like meat issues, and most people have a hard time dealing with the milk level conspiracy truth. So if people can't bear like the less dark stuff, they might not be ready for the darker stuff. Anyways, the point. Ted Gunderson was whistleblowing about gang stalking, and he was whistleblowing about elite pedos trafficking humans and doing bad things with the humans they trafficked. Long before Podesta and Epstein became a topic of conversation online. And he also whistleblower about gang stalking on videos, which is another conspiracy that you or a family member loved one can become targeted with. If it doesn't stop, if this doesn't stop, there's going to be more people talking about it. That looks like most likely thing. Don't leave comments if you didn't hit the like button. I'm looking at the like count right now. It says 0. And I've had 3 people blocked and 2 people leave comments here. So you got 10 seconds to leave a like or you're getting blocked. The person goes, hello, where are you from? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you getting blocked. Boom. Okay. I don't set it for breadcrumbs, okay? People with low self-esteem and they're insecure and have low self-worth might tolerate disrespect and people being rude and toxic and narcissistic. I mean, who to get something. It's like, I don't like that. People come in, leave. It's just like only 9 minutes into the stream. So over time, there'll be likes ticking in. But at the start of the stream, people come in by the comments, and I can tell the like count they got. Because I can see, even though I don't have the ticker showing, I had the settings set where it doesn't show the like count. I can see it backstage. So people come and leaving comments and click like button, you can expect to get blocked. That happens down at 10 times. So, here's another one. So, I've been whistleblowing about gang stalking and other conspiracies for a long time. And the elites are concerned about what I can accomplish. The secret society psychopaths. Because I know things that I want the masses to know. So, gang stalk is real. Human trafficking is real. And Ted Gallison has been proven right. I love it when retarded idiots come into my chat and say that I'm dumb because the narcissist is projecting. Because it's like inversions. Is most of the attacks that I get are inversions. It's like somebody watches me and they can tell that I'm really intelligent or smarter than they are and they feel dumb. And they be narcissistic inversions, meaning opposites of the truth is what they will communicate. A lot of hate is inversions of the truth. The general pattern of hater attack comments on the internet are inversions of the truth. And then they can be different motivations. It can be version of the truth like textbook where it's like, oh, Mike is this, let's say that Flying Mike is to say he's the opposite of what he is. That's a positive trait or quality. Okay. And then it can be organic, toxic people that are having low self-esteem and insecure when they get triggered and be like, oh, this Mike's in good shape. Mike, you're in horrible shape. Okay, they feel dumb compared to me. They hear me talk and they feel dumb because they are dumb and the head person not dumb talking. They're like further from dumb than they are. And you're like, oh my, you're dumb. Your brain isn't working so for this. My brain works better than most people. You're getting blocked. More riffraff trash come into the chat, leaving comments. Don't click like button. Narcissistic pieces of crap. Really. That is like a subtle sign of a toxic person. People can leave in comments or hit like button. That's a subtle sign of narcissism. Because that indicates that the person is in narcissism mode, selfish, which is they're here to consume, get attention, get a reaction out of me, get something, see. They're here to get an answer to a question, get a reaction to the comment, get something, but they can't reciprocate at the lowest level. They can't give a like press a button to support the stream, but they want to get something from me, see. So they have to get something, but they can't give a little like on the video. It's side of narcissism. So, uh, Ted Gunderson was whistleblower about gang stalking in the. He was whistleblowing. He started whistleblowing after leaving the FBI, and he was whistleblowing about gang stalking, elites, trafficking people, and doing bad things to them in the 90s and 80s, 80s and 90s, and that gives more credibility. If people look into Ted Gunderson, he was also saying gang stalking is real. The conspiracy that I'm told of had been whistleblown about. There is a secret program called gang stalking, targeting people, and I'm told we're talking about gang stalking. He said that's real. He said human trafficking is real, elite pedos, trafficking children, doing bad things to them. He's been proven to be right about that with the Epstein file releases, which should give credibility in people's minds to his other claims that gang stalk is real. So if he was whistleblower about a conspiracy and he was proven to be right, maybe he was right about his other conspiracies whistleblower about gang stalk and told videos. I'm a told video talk with gang stalk. I have been for more than a decade. Gang stalk is very real. Most online TIs are not. Most online TIs told videos so-called are fakes. And the crazy talk is the way most of the time. Fake TIs love to talk about brain chips, brain reading machines, V2K, ELF, flat earth, space reptilians, and anything nutty. Or if they're spiritual crazy talkers. So I've identified two primary categories of crazy talk. And most crazy talk will fall into one of these categories. Either technological crazy talk or spiritual crazy talk. So you have technological, fake TI, counterintelligence agent crazy talkers, like Scott Snitzer and Catherine Horton. And most of the fake TI crazy talkers, they help to cover up gang stalking with the crazy talk. They're tech crazy talkers. And some of them, I guess maybe it's 90-10. 90% tech crazy talkers and 10% spiritual. So they have spiritual fake TI crazy talker counterintelligence agents, and they will talk about gang stalk. So what is the thing? Like, get the basic understanding. Gang stalk is a real conspiracy. This is a program called Gang Stalk targeting videos. So what is gang stalk? It's a secret program targeting people. Targeting how? Mentally and physically. Psychological warfare, physical warfare. And the physical targeting tactics are things like food poisoning, so what they can do to you. They can use chemicals on you. And it's down to earth. So gang stalking is real. It's a program working to destroy people's lives and target you in disgusting ways, evil ways. And it's a conspiracy that the deep state is doing, but they want it covered up. They don't want people to wake up to it because this couldn't go on if it was covered up. Notice how when Epstein Island got exposed, they had to shut it down. And there's no bad stuff on Epstein Island anymore because it got exposed. So to keep doing this evil thing, this other evil thing, they had to keep it exposed, covered up. And a big part of how they cover it up is to have crazy talkers. So two ways that they work to cover up gang stalking as a conspiracy and keep people from waking up to this being a real conspiracy is to have fake targeted counterintelligence agents disseminate purposely misleading, untrue information in the TI community, so-called. So you have fake TIs, crazy talk about gang stalking. It'd be like this. The method that they use, and the deep state use this in other areas too. 9/11 being an inside job is real conspiracy. The deep state did that. They planned in advance, had government involvement in America. Just like Epstein Island, had like politicians, American politic elite connections. So 9/11 is inside job. Let's use that as an example to explain this discreditation tactic they used to cover up things. 9/11 was an inside job, meaning the official story is bullshit. It wasn't Taliban in caves. It was like the pure source of the conspiracy. If they were Arabs in caves that were involved in the plot, they were proxies, okay? Like the CIA uses proxies. They would have been proxies. It was like recruit some Taliban into the conspiracy, kind of, so to help, to be able to point to blame, then have some real paper trails of what this to work with. Do you understand? So anyways, the point. 9/11 was an inside job. What does that mean? It was an inside job in more ways than one. It was an inside job in that they were controlled demolition charges based on their buildings, and they weren't brought down by an outside force. Okay, so it wasn't the airplanes crashing into the towers and then they brought them down. They rigged it like a hotel demolition you see on TV, where they have like Vegas hotels and they demolished them. That's how they brought it down. So it was an inside job because it was brought down from the inside, and it was brought down from the inside of America, meaning people inside of America were in the conspiracy, and it wasn't foreign actors only. There might have been a few foreign actors involved, recruited by the people inside of the country, America. So basically, 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 is a real conspiracy, where the deep state did it, and they work to cover it up and keep the masses from waking up to the reality of 9/11, the truth. Now, one of the angles that they use is to have, we have people that have some credibility, like Richard Gage, being a whistleblower, talk about 9/11 inside job. And he's credible, he's calm, cool, collected, has like an academic, serious style, and doesn't come off as an unhinged lunatic, okay? And he has like academic degree credibility on top of that, like on top of like his temperament, personality, his style, of what you want to call it. So how do they counter that? It's like, oh, here's a guy getting the word about 9/11 inside job. We need to have our own 9/11 truthers, our own opposition. like Dr. Judy Wood or something like this. We need to have people in the community that make videos. 9/11 inside job on the flat Earth, direct energy weapons brought to the towers, laser beams in outer space. You see, it's like to flood the online information, to flood the online discussion. Anyone that's talking about 9/11, there'd be like people showing up and they're saying, "What's the space just did it?" Shape-shifting reptiles like David Icke stuff, or the flat Earth, or they brought them down with direct energy weapons. So there was alien UFO spaceships that brought down the towers, something like this. So that like your grandma or something like this, if you try to wake up 9/11 inside job, and be like, hey, 9/11 was inside job, and your grandma goes like Google's 9/11 inside job, they found like a David Icke video about all elites are shape-shifting reptiles, lizards. Okay. And it's like, yeah, 9/11 inside job, and he starts talking, yeah, 9/11 was inside job by the deep sea power elites, who are shape-shifting reptilians. Okay. See? It's like, that's how it works. And that's not the only way to do it. That's not the only way, but that's a significant, that's a big part of how they cover things up with crazy talk, and they use it on different conspiracies. So, gang soccer tolerance is a big conspiracy, and they use crazy talk to cover it up. So, how do they cover it up? There's one way to cover something up is to stop people from talking about it. Take people out that start to talk about something. Shadow ban. Work to control the algorithm on Google. If people are Googling something, control what shows up in the search results. Make it hard to find somebody like me speaking truth about the conspiracy. And they show you what they want to see, like the Vice's hit piece or New York Times, they see gangs of stalkers. See, this type of stuff, you search gang stalker, you see like Vice's hit piece on top of videos, and they interview crazy talking TIs there. Anthony Ryan, and somebody says he's got a chip in his tube, and it's remote controlled by satellites and this and that. So the people go, oh, these are all paranoid schizophrenics. See? It's like, oh yeah, this gang stalker research, like mostly it's people that are obviously crazy claiming that it's real. To give you the perception that this is a nut job topic. It's like the flat earth, to make you feel like it's a flat earth. See? It's like, oh yeah, all these people that you Google gang stalking, it's like 50+% of what you see show up will be nut jobs. People that are either being nut jobs or trying to appear as one. But yeah, gang stalk is real. They use ELF weapons. They remote control people. They read your mind with satellites, something like this. So I'm a real TI speaker by gang stalk like Ted Gunderson did. Then you have fake TIs, fake videos, crazy talk about gang stalking, and they will make videos to the tune of, yeah, gang stalk is real, and they're reading your mind since they're V2K machines, voice to cranium, they're beaming voices into your head to make people think that toys are parents as friends. So I don't have my mind read, I don't have voices in my head, and I don't have chips. Okay. I had some quantum teacher chips the other day that was making me feel less powerful after eating because it's high carb. So where's the point? The only type of chips I have are cheese coated quantum teachers. So if the government could put a chip in the tortilla chips, and I had a lot of them. I had a lot of them in my body. I had so many chips in my body. I've had so many chips in my body. I had like maybe 300 chips from Moscow to my body. It's like they had to keep put them in there because I just passed them after I ingested them. That's the point. Yeah, so back to the topic here. Gang stalk is real, and they cover up with crazy talking fakes. So most online TIs so-called are fake on videos, and most online TIs who are fake crazy talk. Meaning, in my approximation, 9 out of 10 online TIs are fake counterintelligence agents, or let's say 7 out of 10 are fakes counterintelligence agents in this economy. And then the remaining 2 are like real crazy people. So it's like 9 out of 10 TIs are fake. And 7 out of those fakes are counterintelligence agent paid fakes. And then the remaining 2 are people that are like organically crazy. You find the TI community, fake TI community, it's like, oh, there's people saying that there's technology can be voices into here. And it's like, they understand. It's like a parent schizophrenic and they get validation delusions. Now, if you're believing something real that most people deny is happening, validation is a good thing. Meaning, it's like people are in the wrong if they deny reality. Okay, like for example, if you be a black person in segregation before like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and these people, and you're a black person saying you're being discriminated against, abused, and okay, and the most people are going, that's not happening. Okay, now if somebody goes, that is happening, they'll be validating your experience, and that will be good. Now, so you can have lies validated or truth validated. So it's good to be validating the truth, and it's bad to be validating lies. This is the point. Gang stalking is real. I've been taught for more than 10 years. And remember, most online tears are fakes. And the crazy talk gives the fakes away. So real talk get taught with V2K machines. There's no V2K machines. There's no machines that can be voiced into him. So remember, a lot of what you will see if you Google this, it's what they want you to see to cover it up. They want to think that this is something only nachos believe is happening. Which is why they have all these fakes. Fake tornadoes claiming that they're being attacked with satellites and ELF weapons and V2K and ordnance machines, and you got a chip implant and the earth is flat and the space reptilians and this. You just come and throw a lot of nuttiness into the conspiracy mix. It's a real conspiracy, just sending all the counterintelligence agent board accounts, and some of them they are like making videos. And then just throw a lot of nuttiness into the mix. That's how they operate. So, I'm not talking real, I'm talking with gang stalk. I've been talking for more than a decade. Gang stalk is real, and hopefully it'll come to a point where I get vindicated on this topic too. It takes some time. It takes time. Yeah, a lot of times it takes some time for the truth to get out, but eventually it gets out. So, yeah, Ted Gunderson was talking, what, 10, 20 years? When did he start whistleblowing about gang stalking? Maybe 20 years ago. When they start whistleblowing about elite pedos trafficking people and doing bad things with them. Well, maybe 20 years ago. And 20 years later, now it's become not a fringe conspiracy anymore. Now the fringe conspiracy, what Ted Gunderson, former head of the FBI, whistleblower, go, hey, the elites are trafficking children. They're trafficking people. They're doing bad things with them. And including, but not limited to, like rituals and stuff, like satanic sacrifice and stuff. And like 20 years later, now it's like, is there a person that doesn't believe that conspiracy now? Whereas when he was bringing that up, most people this guy's not jobs. So 20 years later, it's gone from most people, if they heard this guy claiming that there's elite pedophiles, human trafficking people, getting somewhere to do bad things with them, people go, this guy's not job. Maybe 99% of people go, this guy's a kook. Okay. And now, today, if you go, there is a conspiracy in this world. The elite are trafficking people, have been, or they're doing bad things to them. People go, yeah, everybody knows that now. See, if you had an internet connection last year, you know that it's not even like a fringe conspiracy. Like you have to go also forms, so they have like Congress meetings on this, and Reuters news reports on the new Epstein releases. Okay, so anyway, gang stalk is real. I'm gonna keep speaking out about it. I'm a total video, and that's not. I'm not a one-trick pony. It's not all on with on my channel. But that's another thing. But you could have heard that long ago. If you would have found my channel like 6 years ago, you would have heard about that. You would have heard about Ted Gunderson, and if you hear about Ted Gunderson, you can hear about all the conspiracies he was whistleblowing about. Now, they made it really hard to find Ted Gunderson material on YouTube. Like a lot of his videos, I can tell that they're being like burden search results and shadow ban. So I'm gonna finish up. I felt like going to talk about Ted Gunderson a little bit. So my point is this. Ted Gunderson was whistleblowing about gang stalking and elite pedos trafficking people in the 90s and 80s. And that's become confirmed now. And I hope that the gang stalking part of his whistleblowing, that conspiracy will be confirmed and exposed eventually. I mean, if the Epstein Island thing got exposed, why would it be impossible that the gang stalking conspiracy would get exposed too, given some time? Why would it? Why would it? Don't forget to hit like if you watch the video, and be forewarned. First of all, it's on a rare occasion lately that I go live with the channel. This time I did, and I dealt well with it, despite having people working to push my buttons in the chat. I didn't crash out and start like throwing stuff at the walls and what is. I dealt with it, used the stimuli, responded to it, rather than reacted. I didn't lose my crap, so. I was irritated before I went live, so it's like the people in the chat might have gotten like a little bit more irritated, but it's not going to be the same. So, what else in other news? Like, I find it hard to do one topic videos. It's not a 3-minute YouTube show, but I have like no choice. When I start talking about something, I don't have the time to get into the other issues. But a lot of times if I go live, it's not my style to be like to talking only about this one topic, like some kind of like guardrails or some kind of. We only talk about this topic with this niche. We only talk about this. It's like I end up talking about all kinds of stuff. So another thing I see that Mike Tyson has joined the MAHA movement. Mike Tyson has joined the MAHA, and he's champion against obesity now. And I've been talking about sugar. So basically, what it boils down to, why Americans and Swedish people, why so many Americans and Swedes are obese, is because of the sugar. Mike Tyson, I watched a great video on this. So first I saw Mike Tyson show up in the Voyage report talking about working against obesity, okay? And then I saw a Greg video show up. And Greg made a video about Mike Tyson champion against obesity. And I remember one of the clips Greg said featuring his video, playing for commentary, was Mike Tyson talk about his struggle with obesity. We had a period in his life where he was obese. And he'd been eating ice cream. He was eating like ice cream every hour or something like this. What's ice cream? High sugar. See, everybody knows. Everybody knows that sugar makes you fat. See? So it's sugar. It's sugar that's a problem. Sugar. If you would decrease the sugar consumption, decrease your daily sugar intake. If everybody would do that, if people take my advice and go from 80 plus grams of sugar per day to 20 minus, you'd have a significant decrease in like obesity cases in a generation. If you would have everybody take my health fitness advice, which is not really complicated, you'd have a lot less. The reason that people are fat, a big part of it is the sugar. High carb diet, high sugar diet. High sugar / high carb. So too many carbs in general, especially sugar carbs, especially in liquid form. So carbohydrates, too many carbohydrates bad. Sugar carbohydrates worse. Liquid carbohydrates even worse. Liquid sugar carbohydrates worse yet. Worstest. So from bad to worse. I talked about this before. We have an epidemic now. Men in their 20s and 30s with dad bods. It shouldn't be so rare to have a guy ripped with a six-pack at 36 years old. Did you know that only 1 in 25,000 men above 35 years old have a six-pack? I'm Rick James with a six-pack at 36. Okay. Rip James. Okay. Rip. And this is, we didn't be haters. Rip. Okay. Oh my. I feel like I'm watching. I'm not seeing a six-pack cam right now. Make me feel bad. because you got a beer belly in the 20s and 30s, something like this, and low T, and you're lazy, and you don't want to diet. Well, maybe you should, if you're unhappy about your body, you're in the 20s, 30s. You're in the 20s, 30s, like what is your excuse? There's people that are like 50 plus in shape. So, if you're in the 20s, 30s, whatever you are, watch my videos. You're fat, you feel bad when you see me be whipped with a six pack. Lean. Okay. I don't know if I have single double digit body fat. It might be 9 or 11 or 12. Would be surprised if it was 11. But it's a point. So it's a way to get that DEXA scan. So maybe I can try to get cola, but do set. He gave me 6 months of this testosterone and send me a DEXA scan machine. But he says it's a scam. So maybe he could put in the same shipment. The two scam products. So, yes, that's the point. Yeah. So they can set it with like the discount scam shipment that they have at the customs office. Like if it's scam products, you can set it for 15% off, something like this. Okay. And it's like shipping for 2 days. Okay. It will last you 2 days to shipping, so you will run out like halfway there. So like the supplements, it's like take the 2 a day or something like this. But it's like 15 capsules, so it lasts like not even a half a month or something like this. What's the point? Yeah. So that if you buy his cookbooks and his testosterone, you can buy it if you want to. But I recommend you to invest in some other supplements. Some of them, it's like he actually has some supplements that make sense. I'm not a person who's, if I say something, then I don't purposely deceive people. It's like as much videos I made, it's gonna happen at least once I got something wrong. But I'm not the type of person to say something that's not real and purposely deceive people. You know, I'm not the type of person to go like, I know this is not true, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm really honest compared to other people, contrast to other people. Then in the marketing too, if I compare myself to Ben Solder, for example, he's like the king of overhype and scam marketing tactics. Because like everything's exaggerated and it's like deceitful marketing. So it's the point. I do stand by Greg Lissette's testosterone. I call it scam testosterone. It's a scammy supplement. If you look at the claims that he makes, so a scam, it doesn't have to be entirely worthless for it to be a scam. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. If you're selling like orange peels as a cancer cure, that'll be a scam. Orange peels, can it be good for something? Yeah. But if you market it, if it's like it's this powerful and it's not, then it's a scam. And it's like the way that he markets testosterone, it's like almost like he's talking about voids or something like this when he talks about testosterone. So what makes it scam is overhyped, and exaggerated effects. Okay. So nice point. If you look at to spend your hard-earned money on supplements from Greg Lissette, okay, so you're niched into, I'm hell-bent to only buy supplements from Greg Lissette's website. I checked his website, and he does have some supplements that are legit. He's got ashwagandha, and he's got NAC, and it's your cysteine, as I checked. And also sleep, some kind of sleep aid supplement, like 9-time supplement that's marketed as like to help you sleep or something like this. And I looked at that and the ingredients, they're legit ingredients. So then you'd have to take into account what the pricing is. It's like, and what you look for is milligram amount. Simply, if you're looking for supplements, looking at raw return on investment, money spent to milligram of X supplement ratio. So if you look at Amazon, like niacinamide, vitamin B3, 500 milligram capsules, and it's like, oh, it's a bottle of 60 500 milligram capsules for $12. And then you look at Greg Lissette, let's say his ashwagandha is 60 capsules of 200 for $23. It's like, it's hard to justify that price difference. It can't be that much of a difference in quality, understand? Because like, if it's quality enough to sell it without being shut down by FDA or something like this, the next is on Amazon cheaper. then it's like how much better, like what type of difference is if you have NAC and it's pure, that's the only ingredient. How much difference is there between this pure NAC, which is NAC, and NAC, so whatever it says. I'm gonna finish up. So, if people are fat. I've never been fat in my whole life, never. And losers and excuses go hand in hand. Losers and excuses go hand in hand. If I wake up tomorrow and be fat, if I went back to the lifestyle I had, being ripped with a six-pack like I am now, I get ripped with a six-pack again within a year, see? OMAD fasting, fasting 20 plus hours per day, eating less than 2 grams of sugar per day, taking my supplements, exercising consistently. So if I woke up in a coma tomorrow and say, what happened? Well, you've been in a coma. It's like, I'm all fat. Yeah, okay, go back home, get back on my normal lifestyle. Supplementation, less than 2 grams of sugar per day, fasting 20 plus hours per day. And if I would do that, I'll be back to this within 6-12 months. See? So the issue is the lifestyle. And it's very rare that somebody would have a legit excuse. Okay? Like somebody say, oh, they're fat in a Facebook picture, like morbid obese. How rare is it that it wasn't like their fault? That like somebody gets into a car accident, and they just woke up from a coma, and the fella takes a picture, woke up from a coma, they got it fat and like soft, and they were ripped before they got in a coma, not ripped because they had been moving, and they'd be like just pumping calories into them with the IV, whatever they were doing there. Okay. Or somebody that I don't know, gets shot and it takes out some part of the body that gets, so now they have diabetes or something like this. I don't know if this is possible, like there's a gland, bukspottkörtel. If there's some kind of gland, if somehow it will get wrecked, I guess it gives diabetes. Okay, I guess it gives diabetes. So anyways, the point. Yeah, I've never been fat, I'm never gonna get fat. That's my that's my intention. I'm not intending to ever get fat. Never been fat, never will. God willing. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you forget to hit the like button, I forget to not block in my chat. Yeah, that's how that works. People forget to click a like button, and I have a camera inside of your home, so I can tell what you're clicking on the phone. I got like a camera in the ceiling, like a fly on the wall, like a little fly, understand? I put a little chip in the brain of a fly, and I send it to people watch my videos. It's like homing pigeons. You can track the scent of a mic's eye view. Then it finds your home, it gets in there, and it looks at you, and it'll be like, oh, got real-time feed, you're not hitting the like button. No, here's the point. How I know I can get a reasonable degree of like certainty to if somebody clicked like button or not, based off of the real-time feedback of the like count. Which means especially at the start of the video, if it, here's how I explain it to you. I go live 6 minutes into it. It's been like 0 views, then it got to 1, then it got to 2, and like 9 minutes into it says 0 likes, and then somebody comes in, still 0 likes. Hi Mike, how you doing? And then I wait a little bit, it's like 0 likes still. So after 30 seconds the person started writing comments, it's still 0 likes. That indicates to me reliably that the person that started writing comments did not click the like button. Which to a normal sane person, I shouldn't have to explain how that is something that irks me. Because high value people have high standards, and I'm a high value person. So I don't feel comfortable with being treated with disrespect. And watching my videos, not leaving the like button, it comes off as rude, and as lack of respect. Even if it's not active, aggressive intention behind it, it's still a lack of normal positive attitude. See? So, I don't care what the comments are. If you don't hit the like button, I don't like your comments. That's what the comments are. It's a sign of narcissism, selfishness, immaturity, being toxic to be watching videos, because what does that tell me? That signals narcissism. It's a subtle indicator of narcissism. If people come and watch my videos and hit like button, it indicates they're narcissistic dirtbag. Why? Because narcissism is selfishness. And what is somebody coming in doing, giving comments and hit like button? They're here to get something, see? And narcissists are not givers, they're takers, see? So I'm here giving commentary, giving entertainment, giving thoughts, opinions, giving content, see? Spending my time producing content. And then people come in wanting to get some attention from me. Notice me, senpai. Hi, Mike. See, they're trying to get attention. They're trying to get something. They're here to get something. They're here to get entertainment. They're here to get attention. They're here to get a reaction out of me, see? But they can't give a like, reciprocate at its lowest level. Which is a sign of a narcissist. It's a subtle sign of a narcissistic individual. Or a person untrained in decency, you could say. Yeah, so anyway. I've never been fat. I've had other problems. Overcame them. I've had other problems, overcome them. So, people have different struggles. There's nobody that doesn't have a struggle at some point in time. Most people, if they live long enough to, let's say, 50, will have a period of depression in their life at least once. See? So depression is more the norm than the exception. Meaning if a person makes it to 50, most people have a season of depression, if that's like a winter when they were depressed, okay, or like half depressed, kinda, sorta. So everybody has struggles. I've had a lot of struggles, but one struggle that I didn't have is obesity. Now here's what I want to get to. Losers and excusers. Losers and excuses. Losers and excuses go hand in hand. Which means people that would like to have a better physique than they do, a lot of times they will have an excuse. See, correlating with being a loser is being an excuser. And you see it all the time. Where somebody's like, oh, I have a big bone, see. It's like, understand? It's like somebody's like overweight, and they cannot justify being overweight. It's like they're covering up for having a low character, that they're lazy, or they're not willing to put in the work, they lack self-love right now to take care of themselves, whatever the issue is. It's like a cover-up. It's like, I can't, see, because if you tell yourself that you can't do something, that offloads the weight of responsibility on your shoulders. Now we're analyzing the psychology behind being a liar about your body, okay? Meaning the type of people that go, I have a gene that makes me just put on weight, see? It's like people are fat, and it's like, why don't you exercise? Well, there might be a 1 million friend that talks like an obese friend. And be like, why don't you start exercising? Okay? Come with me to the gym every Thursday, stuff like this. Go, wow, it's like, I tried exercising, it doesn't, even if I exercise, I don't lose weight or something. I'm big bone, I got thick bones or something like this. It's like, everybody in my family has been fat, but it's like it runs in the family, obesity or something like this. See, somehow it's like they're not responsible. Or another example would be Asmongold, who's like a beta, twerp, pencil neck, low T, beta, that like the soy boy of the universe, kind of. I don't know if he's a strange son of Brandon Holthouse. Sissy boy Holthouse. He's a Christian pastor, he's a corrupt zealot and a fake Bible user. And he screams femininity. He's an effeminate man. Air quotes around the word man there. And the thing is, hypocritically, he makes videos about just a lack of masculinity in Christianity, okay? Christian masculinity and stuff. And it's like he's an example of a man lacking masculinity, like in every way, spiritually, psychologically, physically. So, losing excuses go hand in hand.
There's people like Asmongold, and I saw a clip of him, and he said, even if I would work out, there was a clip that showed up on a clip channel, maybe Asmongold's own clip channel or somebody else's. And they had made an AI deep fake video of him to make his body look like mine does here in the profile picture, kind of. And he was reacting to it. Maybe it was like a chat donation. It's like, look at this. And he puts it up as like an AI video of him, like a short, an AI video with Asmongold's face on a ripped guy's body. And he starts going into his comments like, even if I exercised and worked out a lot, I couldn't get like that because of my frame or something like this. There's no frame that can build muscle. So losers and excuses go hand in hand. So if you want to have more success, you have to accept more responsibility, show more responsibility. Part of the path to success, getting success, winning in life, is shouldering more responsibility, which is uncomfortable, which takes me to my next part. People that are weak and losers are people that have a tendency to avoid discomfort and pursue pleasure. And that's what boils down to my analysis. What's wrong with people? Christians, non-Christians. Why people are so weak and messed up in a lot of ways. And failing hard like every area of life. It's because they're seeking pleasure too much and avoiding discomfort too much. They're too focused on avoiding pain, discomfort, and pursuing pleasure. It's not a thing. The truth is the truth. It will stay the same. I taught this before. You have to pay. A lot of times it's an initial period where quitting sugar, there's an initial period where if you can tough out, in the grand scheme of things, a short amount of time of suffering, the suffering disappears, or at least mitigates, it gets reduced. For example, quitting sugar cold turkey, which is addictive. Going from 50 plus grams a day to less than 20. That was hard initially. Getting into OMAD fasting, which I've been doing consistently for 5+ years now, more than 5 years. At least 300 out of 365 days per year. Eating only 1 time per day, which means that I've been fasting more than 20 hours per day. Wake up, don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, don't eat in the afternoon. Eat 1 time in a day towards the end of the day. 1 meal per day. That's called OMAD fasting. Fasting 20 plus hours, eating 1 time. That was hard to get into. Like the first 2 weeks or so, it was pretty rough. It was hard, it was hunger, struggling with hunger feelings, feeling kind of uncomfortable and feeling bad. But toughing it out and hanging in there for 2 weeks, around 2 weeks. It gets to a point where your body is keto adapted, fasting adapted, and it's smooth sailing. So now, when I fast, I don't go around feeling hungry all the time. It's easy for me to fast. So a lot of people are too weak to deal with a bad feeling even for a short amount of time. Which is why most people don't get into fasting. It's almost impossible not to lose weight for a fat person if they get an OMAD fast. It's a character issue, not a physical issue. It's a character issue about as much as a physical issue. Because if a person would get the character that I have and be willing to go through 2 weeks of feeling bad, getting into fasting, they start losing weight rapidly. OMAD fasting is one of the most reliable ways to lose weight, rapid weight loss. Now, I'm not recommending it. Talk to a doctor before making any changes. Disclaimer time. Nothing I've said is that I should just take it as medical advice information. It's purely my personal belief and opinion. Talk to a doctor, licensed physician, medical professional, before making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and/or medication. Talk to a doctor before starting to stop or take any supplements and/or medications. Yeah. So, gang stalking is real. I've been told for more than a decade. And
I know a lot of things that the deep state don't want you to learn about. They don't want the masses finding me and start watching my videos. So what they can do is work to sabotage the content production, work to keep you to make more videos. If not keep from making more videos, make quality videos, sabotage my videos. A recent tactic they've started doing is when I go live, they have people call me. They've been doing that recently to turn off my streams, which is very disgusting, toxic, abusive stuff. Part of the gang stalking tactics are harassment. So a big part of the talking is harassment, which means cyber stalkers being harassed on the internet. I get harassed online on my YouTube channel. Wrong number calls, that's been a big part of harassment. And these tactics that I talk about are small compared to the physical targeting. I've had assassination attempts before. I've been shot in the leg with a dart gun. I've made me by accident. I've been poisoned in right of ways. So most people are weak. It's rare to have a man like me who's strong, disciplined, great shape. And I'm in the elite fitness, top 1%. Only one in 25,000 men have a six-pack by 35. I'm ripped with a six-pack at 36. That's 0.004%. It's either 3 or 4 zeros. 0.004% of men about 35 have a six-pack, visible abs. I'm ripped with a six-pack 36. And I've never been fat. I've had a flat stomach since I hit puberty. The only time I've been fat was as a baby. See? So as I've been maturing and growing, I've gotten less fat over time. So the only time I've been fat in my life was right after getting born. When you're a baby, when you're born, you have a high body fat percentage. And I had to look it up, the specifics. Maybe it's around 25% body fat, like average for a newborn baby. Okay, so typically when they come out of the womb, you can tell that babies have a real high body fat percentage. It's like everything, it's like they got thick fingers, everything looks like a balloon in a baby typically. It's just like they have a high body. There's no baby coming out ripped with a six-pack. Okay, there's no baby coming out ripped with a six-pack. Every baby has like 10 plus body fat percentage, for sure. So after like stop getting out of the baby phase and hitting becoming a child and a teenager, it's like once I stop being a baby and I'm like 5, 6, I'm not fat and I've never been fat since. So welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Okay, so I'm not looking to get fat in the future either. Brings to my next topic. What's more wrong with the world? Most men are weak, and most men are effeminate, and most women are hyper masculine. They've been destroyed by the deep state. The deep state have had an agenda to effeminize men and masculinize women, and it's worked. It's like they've had an agenda to have people use all these toxic chemical cleaning products, and it's worked. Just like the elite have an agenda to have people eating high sugar diet, and that's worked for most people. Just like the elite have been able to deceive the masses into making other bad choices, but not me. So I'm different, which is correlated me being a target of the deep state is being a person hard to control by the deep state. So rare occurrence, this guy is a target of a secret one called gang stalking. Another rare thing is really hard to control by narcissistic psychopath manipulators, where like most people fall for a scam that's being hyped, and I'm a person that doesn't. So narcissists and psychopaths don't like people they can't control, and narcissists and psychopaths a lot of times feel like they want to destroy the person they can't control. So I'm fit, ripped with a six-pack, and I'm a real man in a world full of weak boys. The average man and Christian man is like a little boy. They're immature. They're like a boy in the character. Unfortunately, most people are like children in adult bodies now, in terms of maturity, or lack of more precisely, in terms of testosterone. The difference between me and the average man in IQ and testosterone levels might be the same difference as like a 4-year-old man is 12-year-old son or something like this, or 8-year-old, in terms of the difference in IQ, in testosterone, and in knowledge, consequential knowledge, competence. I'm not joking. Like it's like living in idiocracy. That's my life experience. Like living as not shown in the idiocracy movie. That's my life. What my life is like. So most people are not up to par. People that if I have the chat open, don't get used to it. I have it closed most of the time. They rub me the wrong way. Not up to par. I get rid of you, understand? I'm not one of these people that I've got to tolerate people pushing my buttons because no. I'm not here because I'm lonely and want to talk to people. Having the chat open is necessarily evil most of the time. But most of the time it's just, if I look at the chat, it's just annoying. People are toxic, disgusting freaks, idiots. And so it's like, maybe if I was monetized on YouTube, and the more comments I get, the more views I get, and the more money I get from the ads on the videos, maybe then I had the chat open more. Maybe there'd be like the squeeze-juice ratio would change. But I make more money dealing with these idiots, but it's like the money that I make for dealing with these annoying comments will make it worth it. Like a certain amount of money, but at this point it's not. So. Yeah, I got freaks in the chat. You're not even funny. Okay, you're writing freaky comments that are just weird and disgusting. And you're not even funny, okay? So if you're writing strange things that are funny, you can get away with that. But if you're writing strange things that are not even funny, you're just being annoying and toxic and come across as a goofy, immature loser, okay, which is what you are. So your how I perceive you is true to what you are, okay? So you're not doing a good job hiding how toxic you are, or you're not trying to, okay? But the issue is that you're toxic, and I can tell that you're toxic. And they're writing about if they write, is it wrong for their wife to lick their bum? Okay, it's like, yeah, grow up. Okay, that's not even funny. That's not even a guy. You're not even trying to be funny. I hope not. You're not even trying to be funny. You say, I hope you're not trying to be funny, because if you're trying to be funny, you're failing so hard. You're failing so hard. It's like your comedy set in the comment section. If you treat my comment section as you're trying to, like an open mic night, it'd be like the bomb they dropped over Japan. I mean, you'd be bombing that hard. It'd be like they should put you next time they're gonna bomb Iran, like they saw bomb Iran. The next time they're gonna bomb Iran, just get you in the bomb bay and drop it over there, and you bomb so hard on the side, you'd be cracking jokes all the way down, and it'd be like a serious problem for them. The opposite of funny. It'd be a serious problem. So anyway, that's the point. Grow up. Stop being a retarded idiot. Unfortunately, you can't get born again with genes that manifest high IQ. You got born with shit genes, and you've been working to give yourself more brain damage all the time due to your character. So here's the truth too. I have a genius IQ above 138, which means in the 98th percentile. So I'm smarter than 90% of people. I have an actual genius level IQ. Now, the average IQ is around 100, okay? And here's the point. The average person has genes that manifest low attractiveness. So indication called the genes are high IQ and good looks, okay? And also conducive to being athletic and things like this. And indicators of high IQ is linguistic ability, good recall, pattern recognition, all of which you see me all the time. So I don't have to belabor the point too much and prove it's like people are saying I'm dumb, somebody saying that I'm actually smart. Somebody who's not dumb and not insecure and not like triggered by being able to perceive that I have intelligence to be able to tell that I'm not dumb, okay? A person that's above baseline intelligence will tell that I'm above baseline intelligence. Unless they're blinded by a cognitive bias to like a hater mentality. I don't like to see value, perceive value in this person. Now this is back in psychological, understand? So anyway, that's the point. But what is the problem? So people are born with low IQ. Okay, most people are born with mediocre IQ, genetics. They're not his thing. Let's say the average IQ. To give you another truth. Let's say the average IQ is 100. Okay, I don't know the average IQ, but somewhere around 100. Let's say the average IQ was 100 points exactly. I believe that the average IQ should be 115 at least. If it right now it is 100, the average IQ should be 115 at least. If it's 100, it should be 115 at least. So because of how people are being raised and have lived a life, how they're being raised in formative years, it's like it's too late for you to understand. You can still see improvement, but for most of it, it's too late. You never be a genius. You never be brilliant. No one will ever witness you being brilliant, ever. It's too late for that. Okay, I mean you never be witnessed as a smart person excelling and or being brilliant. It's too late. Now you can make yourself less retarded by taking my advice. See, so some of your dumbness is acute effect short term, which means the level of stupidity that you have depends on you maintaining the lifestyle that you have. Where it's like the things that you do today, they keep you this dumb today. It's like you don't take your vitamin C. You're deficient of vitamin C. And every day you stay deficient of vitamin C, you don't supplement with it to address the deficiency. It's like you're suffering mental performance. Okay, you're being dumber. Okay, so if a person is deficient in vitamin C and they start working to stop the deficient vitamin C, they can get sharper. If a person eating high sugar diet every day, they put 50% of sugar into their body, and they get that problem under control. Less sugar, so it's like short-term effect. So it's like the same day you eat sugar, you be dumber. So the same day you eat sugar, the same 24 hours after eating sugar, you're gonna be dumber. In a day you don't take vitamin C if you're deficient, you're gonna be dumber. So if you address these problems, less sugar, less vitamin C, it's not all rigid and fixed. See? So the average person has bad genes that manifest a mediocre IQ. And then they live a life that's designed to keep them down. Do you understand? The average person is like Joe Rogan is a product called Alpha Brain, and he'd be ranting everybody, makes you feel sharper and smarter and things like this. Now the average person is like they're taking the anti-alpha brain. See, if you use that as a model, mental model, it's like the supplements that are marketed by Joe Rogan, it's like alpha brain, it makes it feel smarter. The average person who did the lifestyle is like the opposite. It's like a dumb pill. It's like the high sugar diet, the not taking your vitamins, the chronic, the toxic chemical exposures, and everything else. It's like that's like every day you keep yourself at a low level. So if you just stop doing all these retarded things that you're doing, you'll be less retarded. See? Now the thing is, since you're retarded, you're not going to be able to figure out smart solutions to problems, which means you need to have a smart person from the outside, then do the output of the smart brain. So I said this before, the only way that people can be blessed by the output of my genius brain, over genius brain, since they don't have a genius brain. If they want to have a genius brain perception of a news story or a topic or anything, since they don't have a genius brain, they can't have the output of a genius brain. They can't have the experience of being a person with a genius brain, thinking about problems that they have, or looking at a news story and be like, oh, they're trying to trick me or something like this. Okay? You can't because you don't have a genius brain. So the only way you can enjoy the output of a genius brain is to have a guy with a genius brain share the output of a genius brain with you. You understand? So, Yeah, and we got a little silly gay troll in here. Just check the chat. Hey Mike, would you consider being my Valentine? No, I have a wife. I'm married. I bought rose and chocolate. I don't like chocolate. And you can get the rose that has the swords on it. You can shove it up and down somewhere since you're locked being a guy that's into rectal insertions. You want to lock me in my chat. So I want to get that rose. Let's get creative here. You want to give me the rose and chocolate. I want to get the chocolate box and you eat it all in one sitting. And then when you're done, you get the roses. And you get the one that has the sword still attached to it. Okay? And you shove it somewhere. Shove it up. And then you pull it down. You do reps. Shove it up, pull it down, shove it up, pull it down, shove it up, pull it down. And you do as best as you can do until you start training. Then you know you did like a good workout there. Okay. And that nobody should be doing that. That's only facetious. Well, my haters are eating fishes in the chat. I bought rose and chocolate. I told you what to do with them. Okay. Return to sender. Since you talk out of your ass. Okay, maybe you should be eating out of Hello. I would like to invite you to the gay community. Well, I'm not interested in the gay community. I'll give you some Bible verses about homosexuality. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. In Romans 1, it talks about men with men, burning the last one toward another, men with men work that which is unseemly, receiving in themselves the recompense of the error which was meet. So go read Romans chapter 1 to 4 if you want to know the Christian view on homosexuality, what God says in His Word about homosexuality. I would like to invite you to the gay community. They'd be like inviting me to a local Freemason lodge or Epstein Island or something like this. They're about as likely to have me accept invitations. Do you like Dido? No, I don't like Dido. Notice how I'm talking about things that matter. You had Lucy in the chat here being silly. Okay. Well, Mike is going live to whistleblow about Epstein and fight for children's safety. I'm doing that. When I went live here, this is the first time my video, I'm doing start talking about Ted Gunderson whistleblow about elite pedos, which has been part of the solution resisting that. It's like I noticed it's like so many out here fighting evil and working to deal with problems and talk about problems and solutions. Okay, spend the time for that. And then you have other losers that are like, let's not interfere on a man who's doing good. He's working to save lives, children from abuse, working to fight against the elite deep state by sharing awareness and talk about whistleblowers and evil conspiracies. It's like, oh, he's doing that with his time. I'm gonna run interference on it and sabotage. I'm gonna be a silly goof in the chat attacking the guy doing that. So there's like some guys out here fighting evil for what's right, and other people are just, oh, I'm such a disgusting freak loser. I'm just gonna attack people that are doing meaningful things there. They're being a force for good in the community. It's really disgusting. Grow up, you losers. It's like you might think that it's like you might think that you're winning, but you're not. Okay, because you're not getting me crashing out and triggered or like crying or like or stuff like this. And you're writing comments, which is triggering the algorithm to show this stream to more people, I would guess, unless the shadow banning keeps that from happening. But normally, like standard user experience on YouTube, if you live stream it, the more comments you get, the more views you get. Okay. So if you get a lot of views on a video with comments turned off, that says something about the video. Because supposedly how the algorithm works. Now everything's like it's different. If you have things where it's like this applies to the normal person, and then to a target individual it might not. See. So supposedly the algorithm works, YouTube algorithm. So it's not. Some people don't understand this, but everything is math. Okay, it's an algorithm YouTube. So what shows up in your feed is an algorithm controlling that, and it could be part of. It could be your watch history, meaning what you're clicking, and the algorithm is watching what you're clicking, and it boils down to they want you to spend many hours on the platform, so you have many ads shown as this revenue, and there's other models too. But basically, what is the goal algorithm to get you and keep you on the platform. Okay. Spend time on YouTube. So if you open up YouTube, it's like you've been at work, you haven't been on YouTube, you open up YouTube. Watch what's up on YouTube when you open up YouTube, like on the feed and stuff. That's tailor made for you to click, start watch, keep watching. Okay. See, it's designed to get you watching YouTube videos and keep watching. So there can be a tailor-made component to it. Where it's like you are a guy that's a car guy, you're into cars. You watch Daytona 500 or something like this, like the Formula 1 racing. And you talk about it a lot and you click videos if there's a video. So it can be like throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks is also how that works. Where it's like there's like a general mixed bag of stuff in the YouTube feed. And if you click like a sports video, YouTube can go generally more sports videos. See, so you open up YouTube today, first time person on YouTube, clicks, gets a YouTube account, start watching YouTube videos. And it's like there's different things that show up, more a little bit random. It's like there's a sports video, there's a C-Lib news video, there's a news commentary video. There's like a cricket video, there's British news, there's American news. It's like you click a British news video, they're more likely to show you a British news video from another YouTube channel, like another news network but British, see? Because the algorithms pick up when the guy clicked the British news video, spent 30 minutes watching it. Okay? And it's like American news, he spends on average 0.3 to 2 minutes watching it. But it's like the algorithm is like he spends more time watching British news videos if he does click them. So I'll show more British news videos, something like this. And there's more ads at the end of watching that way. And YouTube gets a kickback. But you don't want to get caught in the level 1 understanding of like manipulation. Because the financial level is not the end all be all. There's like entry level conspiracy realism is when people start waking up a little bit and they start seeing how it's like there's a conspiracy to have people sick and there's a conspiracy to hide truths about how to be healthy, okay, and there's a conspiracy to promote things so bad, which is true. A lot of people default to fall for the scam that it's perception management. They've been conditioned to have this, to fall into this for money, see, because big pharma companies want to make money. That's not the end all be all. So this is the thing where it's like, if you start waking up, they want to keep it at a low level. They want to keep you at level 1, see. So they don't want you to get deeper. So I've seen this, like looking at the world. People start waking up, people are like entry level conspiracy realists. And they start getting into a little bit of conspiracy. They haven't woken up now, they've been inside job and everything else. But they start waking up to, you can see on Facebook, maybe someone shows up on Facebook, they got a profile. And they're not like a general conspiracy theorist, but a person that has started like being a little bit of conspiracy realist in like health fitness topics, where it's like, yeah, they born or sick or something like this. And then they go for money, so the big pharma companies make money. It's deeper than that. The satanic deep state power Illuminati control this from behind the scenes. It's not just about money. Money is not an object to them. They can print money out in there. That's another thing I've been teaching for years. The economy is fake too. It's like it's not like it used to be gold backed. So money used to be real. Economies, throughout history, we have a fake economy now, and it's on life support, and they can cause a financial crash like this by pushing a button somewhere if the deep state want it, because it's ones and zeros on a computer. So I've said this truth before. If the CIA wanted to have an army of people stalking people, or they wanted to, they needed to pay rebels in Nigeria to overthrow some dictator or something like this they didn't like. They could just go and type in $1 billion. That just appears on the internet economy. So it just appears out of thin air. There's $1 million now. They just typed in numbers, and now there's an extra $1 million in the economy. See, and they can counterbalance it in different ways. Because money now is not gold backed. It used to be that the economy was organic and legit, which means the object itself will be the value. Now the symbolic value. You have a paper note, and maybe the material cost is like 5 cents for a dollar bill or something like this. Especially when you produce it in bulk and things. If things get cheaper. So just like this from the hip, just guessing, okay? Just pick a number. Doesn't have to be accurate for the purpose of analogy. Let's say a dollar bill. It's 5 cents for the material cost, like the paper, the plastic, a thread in there, and if you produce it in bulk, it ends up being 5 cents per dollar, which means this amount of paper, this amount of ink, this amount of, if they have some like border thing, okay, this, and that. It's like the material cost of all things combined is like 5 cents, but it's like we're pretending this is a dollar. We've decided as some kind of social agreement. It's like this paper with this symbol on it is worth a dollar. See, even though the object is not worth a dollar. See, the object, it's not made from satin. See, a dollar bill is not made from silk. Where it's like a rectangle this big of silk. If you go to a tailor and it's like, I got a rectangle of silk, and it's like, oh, a rectangle of silk, like gold or something like this, like a gram of gold is worth this much, you can get this for it. Do you understand? It's not that. So it's not real. Money is symbolic. It's like an agreement that this is worth this much. And it's not, and that's a significant detail about the economy, like a significant fact, that money is not, in Sweden and America, like paper money and coin money, it's not the value of the object anymore, which makes the economy more vulnerable to manipulation. See? And inflation. See? Manipulation inducing inflation. So, leading to. So, it's the point. I talk like I write a lot of times, where it's like after writing a line, I go back to switch a word, like this, like comma, things like this. So I catch myself talking like a writer. So why is the point? It's different strokes. Okay. So, and anyway, it's the point. Some of you might be heading for one with how you believe your life. You got root canals, eating high sugar diet. Some of you might be injecting math into your brains and stuff like this. Stop doing it. I generally like advise people to not inject random things into the body and then be like, oh, they hurt my body. Okay, that's a problem I don't have. That's a problem I don't have. So anyway, it's a point. So it's like if you're doing drugs, stop doing them, especially if it's meth. Okay. So anyway, it's a point. Yeah, let's get back to the economy. You know what really grinds my gears? Fake money. Okay. You know what really grinds my gears? Fake money. Fake money. That really grinds my gears. I had some gears grinding. Get some oil on it. Like the squeakiest wheel. You get extra oil on that. Okay. Start lubing up a little bit, like the guys in the chat want to talk about lubing himself and stuff. Okay. Weirdos. Maybe they should have like one of these grinders that you have on TV, where it's like they have like a thing. I've seen that sometimes. It's like they throw stuff in it, and it's like there's like two wheels with teeth on it, and you put something in there. And whatever you put in there, it gets wrecked. So maybe you should. It's like they just avoid it as much as you can. So here's the point. Don't do it. So here's the point. Yeah, so the economy, okay, it's fake, and it used to be that money was money, okay? It used to be that money was real. So it used to be that money let's start over. Money, it used to be different, okay? So, in recent history, money has become a scam where it's easy to manipulate the economy now for the deep state, because you can print money out of thin air. Do you understand? The deep state can go log into some computer and then click some buttons and make $1 million if you're on a bank account somewhere. So if the CIA wanted to hire some people, like black budget, they don't even have to reallocate money and have like a paper trail. They could just push buttons and make money. I'm not saying specifically CIA, but the deep state make $1 million appear out of thin air. And that's easy to do, to manipulate the economy in different ways now. Because it's not like, oh, we got $1 million extra to tax the economy, but there's no gold to back it or something like this. It's like every dollar bill should have this much gold in Fort Knox to back it. And you go to gold there, be like, here's the dollar bill, I want my gold. Be like, okay, here's a gold coin, that's a dollar value or something like this. So the money not being gold backed and not being objects having like real value, that is the same value as the metal. That is a deep state conspiracy too. And it's not just for convenience and efficiency. Meaning, throughout history, you would have coins. Greece, the Jews, shekels of silver. Different economies. Israel, the Jews, the Greeks, the Romans, Chinese, whatever. There will be gold coins, see. So it's like the money is gold, which is a precious metal, which has inherent value. If you melt down a gold coin stamped with a big guy's face on it, it's still like 5 grams of gold, let's say. And 5 grams of gold is worth a chicken, okay, let's say. Do you understand? A gold coin, that's like, this is a dollar coin. And it's like the dollar coin, if the coin was like that, like it used to be all over the place until recently. It's like a dollar coin, it's like, it's 7 grams of gold, let's say. Okay? And 7 grams of gold, in any shape or form, is worth 3 chickens. Okay? Which means if I have the coin, this is a dollar, it's a object, no matter what the shape and stamping and details are, it's 7 grams of gold, and that's the value. Okay? And the stamping can be part of the credibility that it comes from an official printing press and it's not a scam with like lead coated with gold or something like this. So it's like a lot of the stampings have been to make it more official, to create trust, which is also part of the economy. See? Where it's like if somebody shows up in store, here's a dollar, oh, it has the official stamp on it with Caesar's face on it, that's a real economy border object, okay? And it's not something the guy made. If it was just too easy, like a lump of some metal that looked orange or something like this, do you understand? It could be like steel or silver. Do you understand? If you had coins that are made from low-grade silver or something like this, it might be hard to tell the difference from another metal. So it'd be too easy to scam, and then they come vulnerable like that. So part of the stamping and stuff, and like batch numbers and years, is to make it harder to scam the money and make counterfeits. See? So even, do you understand? So it's not like the picture of Caesar on the coin gives it its value. It gives it authority, and a big part of what it does is to give it trust. It's an official currency in this state, in this region. It's issued by the state, the king, the emperor, see? It's to trust, see? It's trust. Because it's like if somebody would be faking coins with Caesar's face on it, it's like it disincentivizes the activity, and it also gives trust that it's a real silver coin that's 7 grams. Do you understand? Because it has the official seal. And back in the day, it was harder to scam things before they had like CNC machinery and all these advanced tools. It was really hard. Like it would barely be worth it for someone to be like, let's make 100 bronze coins, imitations of the gold coins, and like to go through the trouble of like the craftsmanship, and don't have like stamping machines and stuff or printing presses. Okay, they didn't have this type of stuff. So it's like it'd be hard. It might be like if you've got to pay a guy like a forger to be like, hey, forger guy, I wanted to get this piece of bronze and make it look like the gold coin that's made from gold, so I can go and be like, here's a gold coin, but it's made from bronze. Like you might have the tools that he needs and the expertise. It might cost, you might be losing. It'd be like margin of a victory because you had to pay a guy. Do you understand? If I'm gonna pay a guy to make a credible fake Rolex, the Rolex is it's gonna be to make a credible Rolex. That a guy who knows Rolexes, okay, a guy who knows Rolexes, that won't at like face value see it looks like a con Rolex off like this. It wouldn't be worth it. Well, now it's now once again it's a bad example because now we have advanced machinery that makes it easier to forger. So it's the point. Yeah, so the economy now, okay, the economy. I want to teach on that more. So to talk more about the economy, okay. So the economy is a scam, okay, and war is a racket, okay. Oh, okay, the economy is a scam. So just think about this. See, this is I don't talk about things that are meaningless typically. So if I feel something is meaningful and enough for me to keep talking about it, that's a good indication for people that it's something that is meaningful. Because I don't spend my time talking about things that don't feel meaningful to talk about in the moment. And if something feels meaningful for me to talk about in the moment, typically it is. Okay. And sometimes you might not be able to discern from my temperament just how meaningful the topics that I cover are. Okay. Because I've been desensitized from talking a lot about meaningful things. So anyway, it's a point. You could say more or less. It's a point. So it's a thing. So it's a point. Yeah. So now we have an economy in Sweden. Okay. And I don't like this. Understand? I don't like the new money either. They changed the money. Like what? 2016, I think. 2014, 2016. They switch. So it used to be the coins that I had growing up. Selma Lagerlöf, Astrid Lindgren, Ingmar Bergman, whatever it used to be. Gustav Vasa, whoever it used to be. But it's like the money up until like 2014, 16, it'd be the same money since I grew up. It'd be like when I was a little kid and got my allowance to go buy like a lollipop or I could buy, it'd be like the coin and it'd be the same coin. But it's like, no, we're changing everything now. It's gonna have a new $100 bill design, new 500 crown design, new this, new that, new coins, okay? And the new coins feel more like tacky and cheap, okay? They just have a tax. So it's not just like nostalgia filter and a cognitive bias. It's like if I look at it objectively, it's like the new money feels cheaper. Whereas the old 1 crown coins would have some heft and be heavier. And the new ones are more like monopoly money. Where you have like monopoly coins as a kid, like plastic, and they have it weigh almost nothing. The new coins are lighter and thinner and feel just less heavy, see. They're just more tacky. They have like a more cheap feel to them. And the old ones used to have a more like distinct, magnificent, like just the weight itself is part of them feeling fake, understand? It's like you buy like a quality tool and you buy some cheap tool. A lot of times you can feel it. Do you understand? If you a lot of times it's like something that's like tacky and light and it feels flimsy. It's like the lightness. If you have like a quality tool, like a grandpa's hammer that's from a hickory wood and like iron or something like this, it has some weight and some rigidity to it. But if you buy like a cheap one from China, and I'm not hating on China, there's also a scam by the way. That's a propaganda thing, that a psyop. It's like China bad because we can get into that because another time. But it's worked for most people. I've been shopping on Temu and Wish make off like a bandit for years on the side, okay? And sometimes it's like a small talk or like talking to people. It comes up as somebody asked me, where do you get the sunglasses, Temu? I'm talking to a Swedish person at a dinner party or something. It's like, I like the sunglasses, where do you get them? More. It's like I take my gloves off to have coffee. And somebody's like, that's cool gloves, okay, we get the Temu. It's like, how much? Like $5 something. And they go, it's like, or just if I talk about it, I buy stuff for Temu. A lot of times the average response from Swedish people, Donald Scott has great, it'd be like, China is bad quality, China low quality China. It's China made this bad. And I do believe there's a conspiracy behind that, to get people to feel like if it's not American made, it's not made in Sweden, made in America, it's low quality. Because they want the masses to be low power, and money answers all things. So the deep state want people to be weak, basically, low powered.
And it's only when you become part of the club that they can allow you to have, want you to have, now you can have power up and down with it, okay? I'll have you know. That's the point. They work to keep the masses disempowered because low-powered people are easy to control. Mentally, physically, financially, basically different like areas of strength, see? Wisdom is a defense and a strength inside this. The things that are a strength, a power, okay? Intellect, looks, talent, money, talents, skills. There's different things that are like powers, okay, that help you to be more powerful. And powerful people hard to control. And remember, the simple truth is the deep state want the masses easily controllable. So you're easy to control if you're dumb. If you're sick and tired, you're more easy to control. If you're dumb, you're easy to deceive. Which means if a person tries to manipulate you, control you by lying to you, the dumber you are, the more likely to be able to deceive you. Do you understand? So just get that simple truth that the deep state want you weak, mentally, physically, spiritually. Do you understand? And for lost people, you can't start working to exercise your spiritual powers and like work to grow stronger spiritually because you're locked into zero spirit level. You have to get saved and become a Christian to grow as a Christian. So people that are not Christians can't grow as Christians, okay? So it's like I'm not telling lost people you should work to be more spiritual and be less materialistic to grow spiritually or something like this. As a lost person, non-Christian, you don't have a Christian life. You can't grow as a Christian. You have to become a Christian. And now God starts working to grow you. And it's just about you being led, understand? It's just you letting him guide you. And that's how that works. Okay. So, anyway, that's the point. The economy is fake. I got things to do, okay? I got a pointy, like appointment. Okay, that could be anything. It could be a washing machine. It could be I got a phone call with the bank or something else, but I got an appointment. That's the point. Oh, yeah, so the economy, okay? The economy is fake. And here's the thing. In recent history, the financial systems, plural, or the financial system, if you look at the world as a whole, it's been saturated with like frauds, okay? It's fake. So, and this is like a new thing. It's like the last 100 years of like this. Meaning, money, the economy is fake now. Where simply this, what's the difference? Throughout most of history, 90% of history, money has had inherent object value, you could call it. Meaning, pearl divers in Papua New Guinea, the tribes, like uncultivated tribes, okay, like in the Amazon rainforest, or the Native Americans, they would trade things that had like real value, like maybe pearls, something rare and pretty a lot of times. The simple trick. Things that end up being used as money, border items, would be rare and pretty most of the time. So it'd be like pearls. And a lot of times it'd be what is readily available in the environment. Available as an option to acquire, yet rare, okay? A lot of times. Which means you will have pearl divers, like indigenous folk, that live like natives, like in huts with the long cloths, the spears, the ooga booga, the whole line on the side. You know the drill. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe, okay? I'm teaching by vibe level stereotypes a lot of times. I don't have to get into like, we got to pull up Wikipedia, okay? What 1964 or something like this. Okay, it's fine to just be clear enough for you to get the point. So here's the point. Yeah, so there's some tribes, native tribes, that have pearls, okay? That they have pearls as the money. They trade with pearls, and they wear them as jewelry, okay? So notice how the tribes that are like pearl divers and use pearls as a border item, meaning as money. It's like this, like 3 pearls, 20 coconuts or something like this. It's also something they use as money to trade, as jewelry, because it's rare and pretty. See? Jade in China. Jade is something that is like, can be used traditionally to border and has value. You can trade with it, or could. I mean, if you're going to Forex now with like a
J necklace and I want to exchange this to US dollars, they might like laugh at the game. Like if you go to a pawn shop, it's a pawn. Now it's a pawn. So money throughout history, it's been things that actually have value, inherent value, see. Which means in Rome, Greece, you would have coins, and archaeologists still find this in Roman era. Whatever, Rome, Greece, architects, archaeologists, they still find it's a Roman coin, it's a gold coin or silver or something like this. So throughout history, it's more or less like recent that you have like paper that is pretty much worthless and just doodle on it, okay? And it'd be like, this is worth 20 coconuts, okay? And it's just a piece of paper, see? And if you go to like a bookshop and be like, I got this piece of paper. Do you understand? It's like, it doesn't have inherent value. The ink, the paper, the materials, maybe it's 5 cents that the materials of $1 is made. And the production cost is not going to be that high either. Because if you buy and produce in bulk, it's a lot cheaper. So if you have like a printing press, where you have like a roll of money, and that one machine is like a printer, and then one that cuts it, okay? And you have it like large scale, like a governmental operation, it can get real cheap, okay, to produce the money. So it used to be that you have cultures where it's like, I'm going to buy a chicken, okay, a rotisserie chicken, and it's $1, okay, and it's a dollar coin, okay. Now maybe the dollar coin to buy a chicken would have to be made from silver because gold would be too much. It'd be like maybe like a little speck only, okay. So it might be actually silver and like some small silver thing, or even bronze or something. But it's gonna be something that's rare, like a precious metal, something that's in the Bronze Age they use it for weapons. So it'd be a commodity that is like steel, similar to steel today, only maybe more rare. So it's like bronze is a metal, it's a quality metal, see. It's something valued. It's a metal that you can pick up a kilo, just take it to a blacksmith, see. It's like, I got a kilo bar of bronze. You go to your local blacksmith in the Bronze era, and it'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I can make 300 swords out of it, like this. I can make 300 daggers. And it's like that's a kilo of bronze, it's worth 25 chickens or something like this, okay? Because it's like it's not that it's like a symbolic, a signed value, which like we just agree, understand? It's like, here's a John Silver filter. This is not the economy now. Here's a John Silver cigarette filter. You and I agree that this is worth $1, okay? See? And then this plastic coffee cap, this is worth $5, okay? This is the current economy in Sweden and America. This is $1, this is $5, okay? So this buys 5 packs of milk, this buys 1 pack of milk. And then what is this, like cardboard or plastic? And the material cost and the production cost to make this combined might be a 50th of $1, 1/50th of $1. And the material and production cost combined of this, that I just said it was $5, it might be a 50th of $1, okay? It's a piece of plastic, it was easy to make in a factory, mass production. And it's plastic, a cheap material. And it has a logo on it, see, official logo, Nescafe, a zero. It'd be like, oh, it's Nescafe zero, it's a $5 coin, see. But if you go to, there's no way you can go like a pawn shop or jewel and be like, I got 5 grams of plastic, okay, red plastic. I go, oh, okay, yeah, that's $5, okay. I can make $10 worth of plastic jewelry out of it. And 5 grams of red plastic is worth $5. Just gotta check, okay, that it's real plastic and not okay. And you'd be, oh yeah, it's real plastic, so it's $5. Do you understand? So that's how the economy is now. You have paper money that is just assigned value that you decide is worth this much. You can buy this much. See, it has like attributed, agreed upon value. It's $1, it's this much. And you can buy a pack of milk for $1, say, okay? But what is $1? it's paper. The material cost is not $1. Maybe it's 5 cents, and maybe it's 10 cents at most in material cost. Whereas in older times they would have coins, like the Roman whatever, Roman era in Israel. They would have a shekel, there'd be silver. And I could go to the marketplace with a shekel, which is like a coin, and it's like, it's worth this much. It's made from silver. And it has some stamp or whatever, that's like official, but it has a gram weight of silver, and that's what it represents. It's like the coin is not symbolic value that we just decide. The symbol is telling you that it's legit 5 grams, understand? It's like this is silver coin that says like a dinar, gold dinar, or it's a shekel silver, so what it is. And you know that this coin, shekel silver, if weighed on a scale is this much, and that much of silver is worth this much, see? So the object itself contains the value. It's not assigned, agreed upon, make-believe, la la value, like we have now. Where it's like a Swedish 20 crown bill, before they changed it, it'd be a bluish color. And it's paper, and some, like a strip or something, and like the watermark. But maybe combine the $2 Swedish bill, paper bill, $2 one, 20 crowns. Perhaps there will be a 20th of a dollar the material cost. You understand? Like what the materials are, like the paper, the type of paper, the plastic, the thing, the ink, and the production cost. The production cost of this $2 Swedish bill might be a 20th of what you say that it's worth. See? Do you understand? So it's like the $2 bill, Swedish bill, 20 crowns, or a dollar bill. It might be worth, a dollar bill might be worth not even a 10th, like a 20th of what you say it's worth in material production cost. So how much it cost per unit to produce a dollar bill in the factory, and the price of the materials combined might be at most a 10th of what you say that this is worth, okay, on the market. I would guesstimate it's gonna be close to 20, at 20th. Like the production cost added to the material cost, meaning the production cost, what does it cost to make a dollar bill? In the factory, people are paid to work in the factory, and mostly it's machines, but somebody's like maybe quality checking, well, whatever. But it's like everything that it costs to make a dollar bill. The material cost and the production cost. Like the cost of the material it's made of. You realize what it's made of. It has 1 gram of this paper, plastic, this much of this type, and then how much it costs to produce. A dollar bill might be worth a 20th of what they say it's worth. See? So it's like imaginary values. So a dollar bill now, people just go, oh, you can buy this much. And let's say you can buy a Bic lighter for $1, okay? But the material cost of a dollar bill is worth maybe a fifth of a Bic lighter. So it's like you're pretending that this object is worth more than what it is. Do you understand? This is the big stuff, understand? The right in your face your whole life type of stuff that I get into ruminating on. Do you understand? This is the real deal. It's like everything's fake. Like most of you have never thought about things like this before. It's like another thing that's fake in your reality, that people think I make a big deal or stretch out of. Like you stretch the value of your money. Okay. So basically, it used to be like in the Roman era, you have a coin with like the face of Caesar on it, and let's say it's a gold something. Let's say it's a gold dinar, what's called specifically. And some of the details I had to kind of make it up a little bit, but it's like you don't have to. Okay, let's say what they used, the Romans, they had a silver coin and a gold coin and a bronze coin. Okay, and the bronze coin was $5, and the gold coin was $20, and the silver coin was $10. Okay. Now, if you would take that gold dollar, that was $20 worth, okay? It's like, yeah, this is worth $20. You can buy 20 chickens for it in the Roman market, this gold coin. If you would take it to a jeweler or some kind of precious metal trader, or some kind of whatever it will be, like a tradesman, like a jeweler, and be like, hey, I got this coin, puts on a scale. Oh, it's 5 grams of gold. Okay, see, yeah, that's 5 grams of gold is worth 20 chickens, and he can give you 20 chickens for it, and then he can melt it down and make golden earrings from it, and it will be worth just the material, no matter what you do with it. The material in any form is worth $5. See, and then you can enhance the value by processing it and making art out of it. See, so for example, but do you understand? No matter what you go to, 5 grams of gold, it has inherent value. So money used to be objects that have inherent value. The silver is a precious metal. 5 grams of silver is worth this much. So if you make a round object that's flat, weighing 5 grams of silver, it's worth X amount of money. Okay. Which means if you have a coin made of 5 grams of silver, 5 grams of silver is worth this much. See, it has inherent value. You can melt it, go to a jeweler, I have 5 grams of silver, oh, it's $5. Yeah. Whereas the money we have now is just paper and ink and stuff. And the combined value of all the materials is not the value that you say that it has. So it's imaginary value. It's agreed upon. We all agree this is worth this much. We all agree that a dollar bill can buy this much in the supermarket. But you can't take the dollar bill to a jeweler and have it melted down and be like, oh yeah, this is 3 grams of paper for the printing press, something like this. I can sell this to the printing press guys. And it's, do you understand? So 5 grams of gold is worth X amount of money inherently. So it's not, oh, we have a bill that says the number 20 on it, and that's $20. That's what the side is, $20. And for $20, you can buy 20 packs of milk. And it's just like made up, decided how much this is worth. It's just like symbolic, see? And you agree what the symbol is worth. Whereas it used to be that the money, the objects used for barter would have actual value. It'd be more common. And now in Sweden, it's not like that. It's like the coins are made from what? Stainless steel mixed with some bronze, copper, nickel. And it's not silver. So a gram of silver, let's say 5 grams of silver, let's say 5 grams of silver is worth $20. So if you stamp it into cone shape and you put a symbol on it that it says 20 on it, it's like that actually means something. That is the value of the silver on the coin. So if you have 5 grams of silver, it has inherent value. You can take it to a jeweler, he melts it down, and he can make silver earrings from it. So the material has inherent value unprocessed, at high value unprocessed, and then you can process it. For example, silver in of itself, inherently unprocessed, raw form, just melted down, not made art out of or something like this, like a jewelry stuff or used in electronics, something like this. But just the 5 grams of silver has serious value. Just the material itself, this weight of this material, this purity, it has some serious value. And then you can increase the value on the market by processing it, meaning you can make it more valuable. And now it adds like a little bit of a symbolic component to it, because it makes it prettier if you make jewelry out of it. And now the 5 grams is more valuable because it's made into rings and like a necklace that looks prettier than just a lump of silver. So notice it's rare and pretty. So I remember I saw a video, and it was valuable. It was and it talked about, like in general terms, having like a jewelry shop, that if something is rare and pretty, it makes people value it. And it holds true. Gold, silver, shiny. It's like a peacock is valued more than a crow. See? A peacock is more of an attraction in the zoo than a crow. Why? Because the crow is common, the common raven. The crow is common and not as pretty as a peacock. See? So, do you understand? Something is rare and beautiful, it makes it more valuable. Meaning people value things that are rare and pretty more. Rare and beautiful. So, this applies to everything. Jade. Jade is a, what is that, stone mineral, whatever the right term would be. It's rare and pretty. If you go out in the woods, you find a lot of rocks and pebbles. See, that's common. Mountains are made from like rock, okay? That's common. And it's not that pretty, see? But some kinds of rock, granite, for example, that's pretty. See, marble. Marble, it's rare, see? It's rare and it's prettier. Valued more per kilo. Like marble. So it holds true. Rhino horn, which is something that's paid on the black market, and poachers go to Africa and kill rhinos to get the rhino horn. Once again, it's pretty and it's rare. See? Compare the price of rhino horn to cow horn. What is the main difference? The rarity. See? That's the main difference. It's not that much of a prettiness difference. If you have bone from a rhino horn, an elephant horn, compared to what's called like a European cow, it's not that much different. You make like a hand of a knife for it and like chisel it and make like ornament it. It's not that much of a difference in the aesthetics, like how pretty it will be. So the main difference is the rarity level that makes it so much more valuable. See? So poachers, they don't go to, like, we don't have like in the news like a reoccurring thing where it's like poachers, like another farmer gets his farm raided and they find like a poacher shot a cow and sawed off the horn and made off, and it's like a scourge of like crimes that people are poaching cows in the farmers' fields where like 50 cows, and now the poachers go and just kill the cow, leave the carcass and get the horn. Okay, but you have that happening in Africa to elephants and rhinos because they're more rare. So if something is rare, you can remember that. I learned it once and I can pass it on to you. If something is rare and pretty, it makes it valuable. It makes human beings valued. So the rarer and prettier something is, the more valuable it is. So gold is a precious metal and it's beautiful. Pearls, see? Pearls are valuable. Certain types of shells. Once again, the prettiest, rarest shell are the most valuable. So, once again, if you're looking to enhance your value, one of the things you can get into is rational looks maxing. Okay. Now, if you just look at it simply like that, it can have like a superficial vibe to it. It can appear to an unrefined mind as sounding superficial or shallow. But value is value, which means the raw motivation is to try to be as good looking as possible. Now here's the thing, the healthier and stronger you get, the more beautiful you'll be. Is it evil to be healthy? Is it bad and a low character trait to want to be healthy and fit? No. But if you work to be healthier and fitter, as an outcome, as a side effect, you will be better looking, see? So if you work to be a better man, correlated with growing as a man and being a man of less low character, growing as a man in your character, being less bad, see, you will, as a side effect, look better. Do you understand? So if a person is fat, they hold themselves with low self-esteem. They esteem themselves to be a low worth. Because there's partial truth there. Okay? So, if a person is fat, What does that indicate? Most of the time if somebody's fat, it's because they're lazy. See? If somebody's obese, it's because they're lazy. What is laziness? It's character weakness. It's a negative trait. It's like low character. It's like if you people look up to people that are disciplined and strength, see? So what are good things psychologically? Is it good to be lazy and weak by choice? No. Is it better to be disciplined and strong by choice? Yes. So, if a person is obese, 9 out of 10 times, it's because they're lazy. It's because they're a lover of pleasures, which God says is a sin. And gluttonous is this. So a lover of pleasures, like food pleasures, is it makes you feel good to eat, tastes good, and that's why people overeat. So people that are fat, that's a lot of times a tell of a low character. Do you understand? It is not set in stone. It's not like they were born that way and bound to stay that way forever. But somebody get into a slump, go from being a winner to being a total loser. Do you understand? It's like Mike Tyson example. Okay. Take a page out of Greg Lissette's book. And this is not an attack on Mike Tyson, okay? But Mike Tyson had a period in his life where he was fat and depressed on his couch, being fat. And he's got, is it his one-man show or his documentary or both, where he talks about this. He had a period of time he was a loser, miserable, depressed, hating life, fat, disgustingly so, and just stuffing himself with ice cream and stuff all the time, and got fat. Now, that period of Mike Tyson's life, compared to his peak boxer, he's a loser more. Do you understand? When he was winning in life, looking good, feeling good, gooder than when he was fat on his couch, that was calling with his character and lifestyle by choice, choosing to endure hardness, pain, risk, danger, pushing himself, like pursuing difficulty, risk, danger, and low comfort, which is masculinity. Understand? It's like doing things that are meaningful for a greater purpose or goal that are hard and dangerous. A lot of times this is like the peak masculinity. That is that core masculinity, where you're fighting something and you're choosing to do it, and choosing to fight the fight makes your life harder. See? So, if a person is fat, most of the time it's because they're lazy. What is laziness? A low character trait. It's weakness, see? Nobody respects a person who's lazy. People look up to David Goggins because he's so disciplined, see? And correlated with that discipline is a rare physique in his age bracket, see? Nobody's like looking for motivational stuff from a fat guy, see? It's like this, nobody's like, oh, this fat guy, what a disciplined person. I look up to him, I respect him. No, people look down on people that are fat. People look down on people that are fat. And it's like, I'm not going to be a fat enabler, understand? If I was Mike Tyson's friend when he was a fat person, I wouldn't be looking to tell him, yeah, you're great, you're doing great, Mike. If it's like, hey, Mike, buddy, I feel like a fucking loser, I'm fat and look like shit. I would be like, no, you look great, okay? I'd be like, let's go to the gym and spar. So let's get back in the gym. Let's get back to your roots. Let's go to the gym and train together. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a jog. Let's go to the backyard and do some sparring for 15 minutes, something like this. Do you understand? And that's something I generally would like to be able to do with Mike Tyson. And it's like win-win. If he was fat and out of shape, and be like, I work to get this guy off his ass, and I get to spar with Mike Tyson. Understand? And train with him. Do you understand? So it would be like really like a charity case. It'd be like a win-win. So anyway, it's important. But do you understand? So there's some people that are too hard on themselves. A lot of times it's people that are good, okay? And people that are not hard enough on themselves, that's a problem. There's people that are not fat, that have like a little bit of like a belly goal. It's like they're not having a super flat belly. And like especially women like that. And they'll be like, oh, no. I have a little bit fat or something like this. but they're not fat. But the people that are super fat, they're not really like, yeah, no, I'm fat. I need to exercise more. Something like this. So anyway, uh, people that are spiritual narcissists and lazy bums and fat, like Tom Stegals of this world, Andy Woods and people like this, and Rob Baker. There's a lot of Christians that have this. It's such a low-level game. There are people in the Christian community that will see people like me exercising hard, taking my supplements, and not eating high sugar diet. They be all just superficial and shallow. So they will work like discredit it as somehow it's bad. No, you are the sinner. See, you're the person who's gluttonous and a lover of pleasures and lazy, slothful. The sin of slothfulness. See, you're the person who's sinful, and your body's a mirror of that. If you are not shaped and lazy, so I don't recommend pursuing good looks as your objective, because human beings are not good at focusing on several goals at the same time. You're better able to focus on one thing at a time. So you focus on the best goal, see? And then if you focus on the best goal, some secondary, tertiary value level goals, like rank order them, value order them, it can be accomplished. Do you understand? So would I agree that it's superficial and the wrong mindset to be like, I'm just hyper focused on looking my best and looking good, whatever. That's so important. Yeah, is there? Yeah, like clavicular, for example. Clavicular would be a case study of a guy who's caring too much. He's too focused on looks. Where what I teach is not looks maxing. I teach health fitness maxing. And if you focus, that's what I teach, health fitness maxing. And if you focus on getting healthier and fitter, stronger, you look better as a side effect. See? So if a person is sick and tired, they will look sick and tired, which means less attractive. And if a person is sick and tired and fat, gets tired of being sick and tired and fat, and they go off their ass and they start working, do you understand? They're not focused on looking better. If a person is sick and tired, they're mold sick, they have this or that health problem, they're sick and tired, they're gonna look bad, okay? And I've been in several health fitness groups on Facebook, and you see people like before and after pictures. It's like before they got sick. Do you understand? There's so many Facebook groups I've been in for research. It's like this health problem, that health problem. It's like people with MCAS, people with mold sickness, people this and that. And one of the most common posts like before and after was like me before getting sick with X sickness, me now. And then sometimes you see like me at the start of that sickness, and I started healing and I look better. See? And they post before and after pictures. So correlating, like co-witnessing, is like getting healthier, looking better, see? So when people are sick and tired, they look worse. And if you're sick and tired, you get sick of being sick and tired, you start working to get healthier, you start looking better too. So my recommendation is you focus on getting healthier and stronger, mentally and physically, and spiritually if you're a Christian. If you're not a Christian, become a Christian, now you can grow spiritually. And good looks will follow. So the main objective is not looking good, the main objective is being optimal, being healthier and fitter. And if you get healthier and fitter, stronger, you will look better. So forget about looks maxing and focus more on health maxing, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Somebody wrote that they shit their pants last night and they're starting to think alcohol is not worth it. Yeah, you should do what I did, 4-year sober challenge. I'm 8+ months into 4-year sober now. I quit drinking alcohol cold turkey. So maybe you should take a page from my book. I shit my pants. They shit their pants last night. They're starting to think alcohol is not worth it. And what they're trying to do is to get me to read the comment in first person. They can get a clip and use it in a smear campaign to tell Christians that Mike is an alcoholic and shits his pants. That's what they do. And people are dumb enough, they will believe it. So at first I was wise, as you could tell, I was reading it in a different way. And there's like the eat-gaff gear, like the default gear of eat-gaff. It's like deal with the attack and then counter. Now I did do that. See, was like I just like forget about reading it defensively, read it normally, and then be like, yeah, here's what they're doing. So a person wrote, they shit their pants last night, and they're starting to think alcohol is not worth it. Well, you should take a page out of my book. I haven't had a drop of alcohol for more than 8 months now. Quit it cold turkey, because I'm a man of discipline, a Christian, and part of being a Christian is enduring hardness. I'm a Christian warrior. I have discipline. And discipline and doing hardness is part of being a Christian masculinity. There's many things I quit. I went from eating multi-mad high sugar to low sugar, eating 1 time per day. I quit watching porn 100%. More than 8 months not watching porn once. And I know that I'm so rare that it's hard for people to believe. But that's another thing I quit 100%, watching porn. A lot of guys I see them in Christian pastor YouTube channel, I'm struggling with lust and watching bad stuff. That's not something I have a problem with. I haven't watched porn once for more than 7 months. Whereas a lot of guys are slaves to sin, suddenly. It's like they can't cease from sin, eyes for adultery. Unfortunately, the description, eyes for adultery, cannot cease from sin, fits a lot of pastors in America. They have a wife and they stay watching porn websites, which is the sin of adultery, virtually. And they've been doing this long term, so it's like the lifestyle looks like they can't quit. That's not an example of Christian masculinity. So, I haven't watched porn. I quit watching porn 100%. Another thing, I stopped 100% drinking alcohol. And I would have to go back and look at the logs, like exactly, to give you an exact date, but it's more than 7 months now I dropped alcohol. Took a 4-year sober challenge. And as a matter of fact, the martial arts dummy, the Bob they have in the living room, that was the deal, okay? So actually my mom, as a Christian, offered me like a deal. She goes, hey Mike, I don't like you drinking, which is not surprising that your mom doesn't like you drinking, first of all. Secondly, if your mom is a Christian. So my Christian mom was like, I don't like you drinking. She knows I've been drinking on YouTube and stuff. She's like, I don't like you drinking, it's not good for you. You're a Christian, you should be drinking, things like this. Like pretty much like using every reasonable argument to get to quit drinking alcohol. And I'd be like, I like drinking, I keep drinking. And she went, well, if you agree to a full year of not drinking, quit drinking for a full year. It's like you get something, you can pick something that's like out of your financial price range. I'm on disability, I'm low income, and I'll give you a gift. And I go, well, what about one of these bulbs, punching bulbs, martial arts dummies? And she goes, yeah, I buy one of those. If you commit to 4 years sober and stick to it, and I committed to it, and it's what, more than 7 months now drop alcohol. Not cheating once, not failing once. That's consistent. Full year sober, and I'm more than halfway there. And it hasn't happened once. There, even not to go for a light bit, not even like a little bit of a cheat. Not even cheating once. It's not even like one time that I failed. It's like I had a moment of weakness and went about it. The moments of weakness has been like one time I was getting close to it, but close doesn't count, almost doesn't count. I had a period maybe 3 months ago, where I hadn't slept for a long time, and it was in a bad mood. It's like a perfect storm of like feeling upset and outraged. It's like effort mood. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go drinking. It's like I got like focused on it, but I didn't actually fulfill it. So I'm a Christian warrior and a person that can lead. I'm a God-made leader. And unlike where I think Arnold, the narcissist, I don't have to have a narcissist false self. It's like so obvious to me. A narcissist like him has a false self, which means it's like stolen value when I think Arnold. It's like he wants you to look at him like he's had a hard life and struggled being a warrior, somehow still keeps fighting. But without actually having to go through that. It's like he's had a soft sell-up, mushy life, living the RV life. have a soft, mushy life. Okay, not being persecuted with gang stalking like I've been for 10 plus years, and having all these problems. This is a soft life. Whereas like a narcissist like him is like, my false self is like, I would like people to look at me as an admiral. It's an admiral, right? I would like people to look at me as if I'm a guy that's been enduring intense hardness and somehow still keep going. And that's not the truth. So I don't want to have to actually go through that, but I still want to get the benefit of people looking at me like that. So he updates his false self. It's like, my fight with this and my fight with that. A lot of times he'll be triggered by seeing somebody like me, the narcissist I think Arnold, by making it like my lifelong fight. And it'd be like, within 2 weeks, he needs to make a video, my fight with something. It'd be like pathetic. Like he wrote a commentary piece to local newspaper complaining about they want to shut down homeschooling and stuff like this, the type of stuff. Okay, and do you understand that Rafik on is like that? He's a narcissist, range from how narcissistic to a full-on narcissist, and the reason why it might be hard for you to perceive that to be a truth is, first of all, you lack my personal experience. Secondly, you lack knowledge, okay, in psychology, like subsection narcissism. So my personal experience, including experiencing watching him, and coupled with knowledge in psychology, it helps me to know that he's highly narcissistic. The behavior is the thing. So I don't have to get bogged down in it's like, how much of it is him being a sellout pastor that is a flying monkey of the deep state in a conduit through which narcissistic abuse flows, narcissistic behavior. And it's like textbook carried out because a person tells him to act like a narcissist to do narcissistic abuse. It's like the issue is, if you're a narcissistic abuser, you're a narcissistic abuser, say. And if you're narcissistic in your behavior, you're narcissistic, say. So the most accurate way, like safe way, if you're looking at the risk of being inaccurate, is to say that he's highly narcissistic. Okay, false self, gaslighting, like the whole nine. So God works through truth. So God can't use a leader like that needs to lie to be like, I've had a hard life, so I can be motivational to Christians, but tell the fake lying testimony. And God can't work through that. See? God can work through a man like me for real. That is a Christian boy that's been enduring intense persecution for 10 plus years, has carried on, and now I can be out here and be a person who's really masculine and can tell the truth. That I haven't watched porn once for 7 months. Most Christian men watch porn at least once a week, and I haven't watched it once for more than 7 months. Okay, I quit drinking alcohol 100%. More than 7 months I drink alcohol, and that being true. See, so anyway, I gotta finish up. I got things to do. And Satan wants to borrow Christ's weak, which is why they don't want them to have access to quality leadership like me. Somebody really cares and can really help other Christians to grow and overcome and teach from experience as a Christian. And it's up to you. You can judge yourself unworthy of the quality coaching leadership and miss out. But it's like you're going to have to pay the price. I gotta finish up.